All right, we are live, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Utility Safety and Environment Committee meeting. We have the first thing on our agenda is the approval of the April 8th, 2020 meeting minutes. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
It was moved by Mrs. Keys and second by Mrs. Davis. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The next item on our agenda is the matter of the re-roofing project for the WWPC plant sludge building. Mr. Schneider, please.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I believe Terry's on the phone too, if you want to ask him any questions regarding this. But what we're looking to do is to go out for bids for re-roofing of the sludge building located at the wastewater treatment plant. We plan to utilize the state procurement process, and the roof, I don't have an age on the roof. I don't know if Terry, do you by chance know what the age of that roof is?
Oh yeah, that's at least 33, 34 years old.
So yeah, it's an asphalt build-up roof from my understanding, and it's in need of repair. And 30 years, that's about what the useful life on those are. So we got our useful life out of it. All funds will be paid for out of wastewater, and it is in our budget to complete. And we ask that it be passed as an emergency so we can get it done sooner than later.
Okay. Are there any questions for Mr. Schneider?
Through you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Sarah?
Is this the same roof that we discussed last year? That was
I don't-
needing attention?
We have a lot of buildings at both the water plant and the wastewater plant. So there's this is not the same one as last year, I don't believe. I believe we did that one already.
Okay.
John, I can weigh in on it if you want.
Please, Mr. Corzan.
Last year we started, we actually completed the administration building. The operations center building roof was started, is being completed now. This sludge building roof is part of an ongoing project that we have to replace most of the roofs at the plant. Most of the roofs are 34 years old. And so every year we want to get at least one, maybe two roofs done. This year, obviously, probably just the one. But last year, I mean, the bids came in quite low, and we were able to get the two of them done at the same time. But this will be something that we're looking to do going forward for the next several years.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Corzan. Are there any other questions for Mr. Snyder or Mr. Corzan? If not, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of re-roofing the sludge building at the WWPC plant. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids and award a contract for said project at the WWPC plant. $300,000 has already been appropriated in the 2020 wastewater capital fund. Emergency clause applies as project is to be completed in 2020. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
It was moved by Mr. Sarah and second by Mrs. Davis. All those in favor, I'm sorry?
Called for the question.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, all.
Bill?
The next item on the agenda is the matter of the resurfacing project of West River Road from Infirmary Road to West 3rd. Mr. Schneider, please.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. As you know, probably about 2 years ago, we submitted applications for Ohio Public Works for this section of the road. It was approved late last year. We did receive confirmation from Ohio Public Works to go forward with the project. So we've gone out, we've looked at it, and it is in connection to what we're going to be resurfacing this year. So it does join up to where we're leaving off. So those are going to be two different projects. So unfortunately, we can't change the limits of the project. But so it's typical resurfacing West River Road South from Infirmary Road to 3rd Street area. It's definitely needed. And I'm looking at the application here. Give me 1 second. I believe it's all grant money. Yeah, the refer does have an error in as far as what was grant. The whole amount is the $357,000 is grant money, and then that represents 89% of the project. So there is no loan. So, but the $44,141 that's in the estimate for the project would be come out of Muni Motor Vehicle Fund, and we did anticipate that during the bidding process. So I guess with that, any additional questions?
I'm personally doing a happy dance, so thank you for that. Are there any questions for Engineer Snyder? Ms. Davis?
Through you, Madam Chair. So is this project is going to be coordinated with the other projects around town around the same time, or do we have to wait till the fall, or what?
This one's actually going to be done separately. It's going to be a bit out earlier than the street resurfacing. We are looking at the street resurfacing right now just for the committee's information. We're actually looking to splitting the street resurfacing into 2 different projects so that we can get out to bid with one earlier, see what kind of numbers we have, and then come out with the second one right behind it. Hopefully only lagging behind by maybe a week or 2 or so. But we plan to bid it out earlier than later. That would also give us the ability to have 2 different contractors, which means they could get done quicker. So,
And John, with gas prices being so low, there's possibility that the bids are going to come in lower than we anticipate.
that is definitely a possibility. We have not seen numbers yet, but yes, the asphalt is largely controlled by the price of asphalt is largely controlled by the price of oil. So oil's way down. So we should get good numbers as far as that's concerned. And we'll hopefully get all those ordinance done.
Yes,
Extra
absolutely.
money.
Are there any other questions for Mr. Snyder? If not, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of resurfacing West River Road from Infirmary to West 3rd Street. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for the said resurfacing project. Monies are appropriated in the 2020 budget. City Muni Vehicle Fund is $44,141 and OPWC is $357,137. Total not to exceed is $401,278. Emergency clause applies to maintain 2020 schedule. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Keys, second by Mr. Sarah. Are there any other questions?
Question.
Other questions?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Snyder.
Thank you.
The next item on our agenda is the matter of East Avenue and St. Mary Way Improvement Project. Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. This project is a project that came from the new library being built, and what it entails is moving forward with a few CSOs. So we have a couple CSOs in the area that are part of our long-term control plan that we need to take a look at and either mitigate by eliminating or controlling them to a higher standard. This is part of the whole EPA process.
CSO? Mr. Snyder, what is a CSO, please?
Thank you.
Combined sewer overflow.
Thank you.
So a combined sewer is both storm and sanitary.
Okay.
So as part of the library project, we were looking to get them basically to give them access to a storm sewer. We were going to eliminate a combined sewer and do some sewer separation. And this project really is multiple fronts. It's both a water line project that we have a water line on East Avenue that constantly breaks in front of the Chronicle Telegram. So we're going to replace the water main on East Avenue. We're going to do some improvements on St. Mary's Way. We're going to extend storm sewers and separate sanitary and storm sewer as well. And ultimately, this will help improve the entire area as far as water, storm, and sanitary. And it will satisfy some EPA requirements in the future. So we're doing those early as part of this. And it's a very good project that the city really needs to move forward with as far as in any ways in regards to the whole long-term control plan. We're just moving it further up in the schedule right now. So with that, like I said, it's largely a water main project actually. So we're improving the water main in that area. And then that's why we have it broken down as far as the funding for storm, sanitary, and the water for each component. And there will be, like I said, some resurfacing on St. Mary's Way. Take care of some of that. Take care of that alley as well because of the sewer that we need to install. So it actually does a lot of good for the city. So
it sounds like something that needs to happen. Mr. Sarah, did you have a
No
question?
question.
Are there any questions? Excuse me. Are there any questions? Okay. I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of East Avenue and St. Mary Way Improvement Project. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for the said improvement project. The monies have been appropriated in the 2020 budget. Sanitary fund is $200,000. Storm sewer fund is $200,000. Water miscellaneous fund for construction repair is $550,000, and the not to exceed amount is $950,000. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Ms. Davis, you're on mute.
I see I was. I'm sorry.
Mr.
I'll
Sarah-
second.
Thank
I'll second it.
Excuse me. Motion was made by Mr. Sarah and second by Mrs. Davis. Are there any questions?
Question?
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And last but not least, we have the matter of going out for bid for the sludge disposal project at WWPC plant. Mr. Corzine, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As you may be aware, every 3 years, we have to go out for bids for the disposal costs for the sludge at the wastewater treatment plant. We have a current contract with Lorraine County Landfill, and the contract consists of it's a 1-year contract with 2 alternate years that we can pick up. We picked up the second alternate year, so that will expire at the end of August. Being the end of this 3rd year round, we need to go with the bids for the disposal of sludge at the plant again. And I'll entertain any questions. Currently, we're paying a rate of $27.57 per wet ton. And last year we spent a total of $133,250.
Thank you, Mr. Corzine. Are there any questions for Mr. Corzine? If not, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of sludge disposal at the WWPC plant. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for sludge removal at the WWPC plant. The contract shall be a 1-year term with option to renew for two additional 1-year contracts. Monies have been appropriated. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Davis, second by Mr. Sarah.
Moved by Mrs. Keys.
Yes, I'm sorry, Mrs. Keys.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any questions?
Call for the question.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There is no other business to come before this committee. I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Sarah, seconded by Mr. Keys. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Good night, everybody. Thank you so
night.
much.
Good
We're
night.
gonna be pros at this.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Have a good evening.
Have a good
Good
evening.
evening.